Okay, so this is episode 2. We're talking about manufacturers um, and questions they have about data and PIM. And now we're talking about why sales teams win with better product data. And you have some strong feelings about this, Mikko, right?
Yes, absolutely. So this is an area which I feel very strongly about that is overlooked when people are considering or even thinking about product information management overall. Um, there is this misconception or conception that PIM is somehow a system that helps you um, uh, better manage your product information across digital channels or between systems and so on and so forth. But there is a huge uh, value to be extracted and unlocked also in more traditional sales organizations. And this is hugely relevant for B2B manufacturers.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting to see what kind of questions we got. So let's
Yeah,
see.
let's dive into it. Let's see what's going on here. Um, we've got sales teams across different regions, and they all pull data from different tools. Can PIM help to unify so everyone is using the same info?
Yes.
It's easy.
Not easy. Absolutely. And this is
Yeah.
this is core of the core of the core in here.
Yeah.
So if we have a system like Bluestone where we have universal APIs for everything, it's API first. We can create any kind of user experiences around those, and we can actually start tailoring the user experience towards traditional sales teams, even specifically to a certain region, and in a very cost-effective way. So the
Sure.
better equipped your sales people are with relevant, up-to-date, real-time product information, of course, the better equipped and empowered they are to sell, right? So this is definitely a massive value driver for manufacturers, and a lot of them have actually started to create something. I've seen a lot of these sales tools, different iPad applications, and everything, but typically they are interfacing more or less with ERPs or something like that, or the data needs to be loaded there. Um, so I think PIM is absolutely the place to go for this enriched information that you can then actually start using to empower your sales teams.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything to add there. I think you covered it pretty good.
It was a good question,
Yeah,
easy.
that was easy. It was
Yeah.
an easy yes. Okay, let's jump to the next one. Let's see what we got here. Sometimes a customer asks for a specific variant, and we don't even know if it exists. Can PIM help us answer these kinds of questions faster?
Yes. Yes.
First,
Yes. Yes. This is and we hear this a lot actually.
yeah,
Working with these manufacturers, and there might be different generations of you have a new upgraded version of something that you're manufacturing, right? So there are different item codes, and the configuration might have changed, and you need to kind of have that traceability of how does that historically how has that product evolved to this next iteration of it, right?
absolutely.
And PIM can definitely help you in drilling down into that information and really understanding: do we still have it? Do we still stock it? What was the what is this customer actually talking about? So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
would be, instead of going to your assistant to dig this information out from your ERP, you could actually do it yourself on the spot, on the fly, answer the customer's question, fulfill their need immediately.
yeah.
Couldn't get better than that, I think.
No, that's very true, and we also have some different tools in the PIM for this. Also, we can also make like content stores that you can publish. We've even seen that we published content stores on POS systems so that they have it in the store on the side on the screen where they sell the products, and they can actually look at what they actually have for sale, and
Yeah.
also the history of it.
And
So there are
companies with vast assortment of, for example, spare parts, you name it.
Yeah, definitely.
The content store is actually a really nice tool.
Yep.
You can filter, just like in an e-commerce store, you can filter the whole product catalog. You have images there, you have the full spec,
Yeah, the
everything
spec
like that.
sheets, you
So
can download the spec sheets
yeah,
and yeah, do stuff like that, so cool. Okay. Yep, jump to the next one. We've tried product sheets, PDFs, and even shared drives. What's different about using PIM for this? I don't really do I understand the question? Um, what's different about using PIMs for this? Um, well,
well,
this is a hard one.
I
Even
mean,
shared drives.
the difference is like between using a horse and a plow to a tractor, isn't it? More or less.
I think that this is one of the companies we talked about that are realizing that they need a PIM, and they probably needed it 2 years ago.
Yes,
So
or a decade ago,
yeah,
by the sounds of it.
because at some stage or point, you will see that if you have shared drives and PDFs and product sheets and Excel, you know, it's gonna be a mess. And what's different about using a PIM for this is that it creates order in the chaos, you consolidate the data in one place instead of having it all over the place.
Yeah,
Hard to answer.
it establishes a baseline,
Yeah.
and again, we're talking about the role of the pin. So if we talk about strictly manufacturers, maybe I hope no one is using shared drives and product sheets or PDFs. Well, some of them might do, but
If you're a small one, maybe.
sorry,
If you're a very small
a very small one,
manufacturer.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. But we see this happening when there are these holes, or they use contract manufacturers or OEMs to manufacture something. So this is actually something that might be happening over there.
Mhm.
And actually, the role of the PIM is comes into the picture a bit earlier, in a sense that it starts to kind of drive also the product development. So what is it actually that we're going to go and produce at the OEMs or our manufacturing partners? So that's PIM actually comes earlier in the
That's
product
true.
development life cycle
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
a lot of these types of companies. Whereas
Yep.
for strict pure manufacturers, the scope of the PIM comes slightly later, I believe. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah, and also this is interesting because you can also we've even seen manufacturers use PIMs in different places. So it really depends on where your complexity is, if you know, in the architecture even. So you might have it facing sort of the suppliers instead, if you know what I mean, because
Yeah,
that's where your complexity is.
yeah,
And then because your output channels, that's very easy. That's just, this is where we sell.
yeah,
Whereas the traditional PIM setup is of course facing the sales channels
yeah,
where all the complexity is that way. So yeah, just a different way of using it. But yeah, hard question to answer. Let's jump to the next one. What does it look like for a sales rep to use PIM in the field? Are we talking direct access, CRM integration, mobile? Well, we don't I haven't seen that a mobile app for PIM, but again, we're just jumping back to the content store, which is mobile adapted, sort of, so that you can use the content store on the mobile, and then you can access the data. But CRM integration, hmm, have you seen much of that?
yes. Um,
Okay.
I think, well, not necessarily direct access, hard to say, but CRM integration for sure. And there's numerous ways to go about it. Obviously, either just some pop-up opens on the on the CRM screen
Yeah,
if you're using a older CRM. There's many ways that companies have gone about actually achieving the same thing. Mobile use case, I'm surprised you being Norwegian, because if you say you haven't seen this, because in the marine industry,
okay.
the ships sail across the world, right?
Yes,
Uh, before they go on a dry dock or something, there's an inspection that happens on the ship.
true.
So there
Yeah,
might be some guy flying with a helicopter onto the ship, and they
very true.
look at different cranes and different things there, and create the spare part list for the dry docking.
I think we just
You
have to
have
mention
seen it,
here, because the first client for Bluestone PIM is a global ship part, sort of the parts for big ships. They
yeah,
do exactly this, but
yeah.
they publish the data to their web page, and they use the web page like a web catalog.
Ah,
So they use it from the web catalog.
yeah,
But it's just, sorry to derail you, but that was just funny that you mentioned that, because that was like the first ever use case for Bluestone PIM was
yeah.
with that. Yeah,
But that's where we're seeing a lot of mobile actually in
yeah,
those types of use cases. So it's kind of um, this kind of inspection. You need to have
yes,
that product data
yes,
available, like we talked about, and maybe even these nested hierarchies and
yes,
different versions and
taxonomies,
generations of different products, because
absolutely.
they have also maintained it themselves. There might be some compressor there that's a little bit more hard to find. These sort of things. So mobile is actually a big, well, not maybe for the sales rep. He's not the one who's going to fly in there,
No,
but
but for
yeah,
the ones doing the maintenance, definitely.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, there are different ways of having direct access. I think we can conclude on that.